Hello guys, I'm Isaac from Watso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people, and welcome to the second episode of Let's Talk Disney. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is where we discuss fun topics for fun people, primarily Disney topics, and I'd like to welcome you to the live stream. Let me know in the chat where you're from and where you're coming from. I love to always hear where we're connecting all these Disney fans together from. So we've got lots of people saying hello in the chat. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? Today, the focus is going to be around the most powerful item in Disney films. So, man, I love seeing everyone pouring in. This is great vibes. Loving it. We got someone from California. I'd love to hear where the rest of you guys are from. Ooh, we got someone in Wisconsin, my home state, the Cheese Nation. All right, we got South Carolina, Washington. The magic wand is suggested to be the most powerful item. I can definitely agree that that's going to be in contestment. We got someone from Tennessee, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Arizona. I've been through Arizona. The UK, that's awesome. I love seeing people internationally too. It's so awesome for me to realize there's people all across the world who are coming to talk about Disney today. Maryland, New York, this is awesome, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming to talk with me. Before we get too deep into our discussion, before we start having our dialogue, I just wanted to begin the dialogue with some fan mail that I received at my P.O. box that is in the description. So the first one is from Mary, who is talking about that she loves the theories on the channel. Thank you, Mary. And she was talking about her favorite villains and her love for Once Upon a Time. So thank you, Mary, for the fan mail. I also had a letter from Evan S., who asked, what is your favorite non-Disney musical? And I'd have to say that is La La Land. La La Land is a great film that really captures the golden age of Hollywood, which is probably why it got nominated for so many awards. It was a really good movie. I really liked it a lot. And his final PS question was, are you excited for Incredibles 2? Yeah, of course. I actually purchased Incredibles 2 t-shirt, which is awesome. It's actually in my merch store at watsostore.com, where you can also get this shirt. So if you want the Incredibles 2 shirt or one of my Watso Videos shirts, you can go check those down below. But let's get into discussing the most powerful item in Disney films. Now, first off, I'd just like to say, if you have any ideas, I would love to see them in the chat, because there are a variety of different powerful items. Now, I created a short list of the ones that I thought were the most important to discuss. There's the Sorcerer's Hat, the Fairy Godmother's Wand, King Triton's Trident, the Black Cauldron, Heart of Te Fiti, the Golden Flower from Tangled, and the Atlantis Crystals, the Genie Lamp, and the Magic Mirror. Those are the ones that I felt were the most powerful, but I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. Allie Parson says Maleficent's staff thingy. I kind of didn't think about that. I think the reason I was held back from saying that one is because I think Maleficent's power more derives from herself and less the staff itself. Let's see what other people are thinking. We got Federcio Gerardo thinks the Genie's Lamp. I can definitely agree with that. The Genie's Lamp is able to contain a powerful entity that has unlimited cosmic power. So the Genie's Lamp is very powerful as well. Amy Linda says pixie dust. That's a great thought. That was something I had not considered. I was only thinking of specific items, but yeah, I suppose pixie dust is definitely something that would work. Man, great thoughts. The Jane Subsinski believes that the Black Cauldron is, man, I can definitely agree with that, is a very powerful device that is able to destroy quite a bit, if it gets fully released, which it wasn't in the film. now I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts. So I feel like the most powerful ones are probably the Sorcerer's Hat or the Heart of Tafiti, just because both of those have experience summoning life itself. The Heart of Tafiti is said to be able to summon it, and the Sorcerer's Hat is able to animate those broomsticks. So out of those two, I feel like those are the most powerful. But I love seeing more of your thoughts, guys. Thank you for coming out. Here's a good one, guys. Pasto Princess Mochi says the Pizza Planet truck. Do you agree with that? Is the Pizza Planet truck the most powerful item? Well, they're definitely everywhere. That's what we know for sure. They're definitely everywhere. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh. All right. I'm loving seeing this. I feel like it's something that's really fluid, like discussion-wise, like what powers they each have. And I think it's something that I would love to dive into more in depth in the future. But I was just really curious what your thoughts were on this topic. This is a great one. Where was it? No. Lukea Johnson, I think his name is. It says true love. That's a good one. Like, it's not necessarily an item, but it's kind of, it's kind of an idea. That's a good one. Snow White's apple. That's from Manta Ray Lim. See, I don't know about that because that was the evil queen creating that apple. I don't know if that potion or that spell in itself would necessarily rise to the top. Maybe the magic behind it could be the most powerful, but those are just my thoughts. So now I would like to move on to some other discussions. So if you have any ideas of questions you'd like me to answer now, this would be the time to do so. I'd love to discuss some more ideas and have a dialogue back and forth about more of your thoughts. Another one from Skyrocket is Zeus's lightning bolt. I think that's a great one. And Lyndon Hinkle says Ursula's necklace. These are all great options as well. I feel like you just have to weigh what powers and abilities you think are the most important. For me, I think creating life is the most interesting idea and the most difficult one to explain, and which is why I narrowed it down to the Sorcerer's Stone and the Heart of Tafiti, but I love hearing what you guys are thinking. All right. I'm diving into the chat right now, seeing what you guys are saying. King Triton's staff, Merlin's wand. That's true. Merlin is one of the most powerful wizards. Why is there no girls in Ratatouille? Oh, that is from the llama corn. Yeah, let's try to come up with an answer for that. So this is something I don't know about mice. I feel like this is something, there's probably some reason that in Ratatouille, there are really no girl rats. But I feel like there's probably some reasoning behind it. Maybe there's just fewer rat women, or maybe there's only one or something. I feel like I would need to do more research into that, but that is a great question. And it is something I have considered before for a full video. And I think eventually I will, because it's a really interesting idea. All right. Let's go back and search for some more questions, continue this awesome Disney discussion. So JMC Entertainment says, should gargoyles be part of the Marvel universe? Okay, see, gargoyles is kind of before my time, so I'm not necessarily sure. But because I don't think it originally derived in comics, or Marvel comics, I don't think it'll tie into the MCU ever. But those are just my thoughts on that. All right. Going back to the powerful item, paintbrush from Epic Mickey is suggested by Nick. Totally true. I also saw someone say the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, and both of those items were awesome for me when I was in elementary school and early junior high. Those both of those games totally allowed me to dive into the Disney World again. So those, I think it's awesome that people are still citing back to those. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year. Hype train. All right. Kendall Morris says, "Are you a Ravenclaw?" So I've got this annoying thing where I've taken 3 different Harry Potter quizzes and I've gotten 3 different houses, unfortunately. So the first one I got Ravenclaw, second one I got Gryffindor, and the third one I got Hufflepuff. So somehow I don't know how that keeps happening to me, but anyway, I think the house that fits me the best is probably Ravenclaw. So I kind of consider myself a Ravenclaw myself. Christian Parrish says, "Familiar with Ben 10?" Yes, I remember Ben 10 when that show was on. And I also remember when it switched to like a different animation style. I kind of like, personally, I how do I say this? Like, I kind of watched it a little bit. I wasn't super integrated into the lore or anything. It probably wasn't my favorite show. If I was going to choose a show about a hero trying to trap monsters, then I would have to say Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. Okay, now let's dive into the chat. Oh, we've got a super chat by The Real Kadikaris, I believe his name is, and says I think he means the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts and the glass slippers from Cinderella. Can't wait to play Kingdom Hearts 3. Totally agree with you. Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be epic. I heard there's a leak of a release date, and that's supposed to be either October 31st or November 1st of this year. So this year there will be some more Kingdom Hearts content, and I am excited for it, especially the Tangled World. Okay, let's see what people are wondering. Rage Gamer says, "Why in Mickey Mouse when Goofy is walking the dog? Have you ever noticed he is a dog too?" Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing in Disney films. It's the whole idea that there's certain animals that are pets and certain animals that are living. I don't know what that is. The Super Carlin brothers have a video explaining how Disney came to creating both of those characters in parallel and then them becoming what some of the most popular characters. But there's not really an in-world explanation, unfortunately. The Witty Geeks, yay, Super Carlin brothers. Yeah, they are a fun group for sure. Avati6503 says Grumpy's full story. I would totally be willing to do that. See, I don't think I would be able to go through all of the 7 Dwarves full stories because in most cases they kind of overlap. They kind of go all together all the time. So I would probably focus on the dwarves as a group. But if there was a theory behind Grumpy in particular, then yeah, I would totally dive into everything we know about Grumpy to explain his question, the question I have about him. Vincent Valentine says, "How does Vanellope not remember being a princess, and why is she not a Disney princess?" So the reason she doesn't remember it is because King Candy takes that chest and locks her memories away. So that's how her memories are not present. And the reason she is not a Disney princess is kind of because she's not. It's weird. It's weird because it's a popular film. She is supposedly royalty, but I think it's because it's like a digital game. it's a weird thing. I don't totally understand it because like Moana is not a Disney princess, but it's kind of a Disney princess film, and so I don't know. I don't know why they choose it this way. But once the Disney princesses are very fluid franchise, but I think they're trying to lock it down into what it is currently. I don't think they really want to change it much now and expand it too much farther, but they will definitely continue to make princess-esque musical films. Kitsune Flame says, Moana not a princess? Yeah, unfortunately, she's not. She normally, when a Disney princess is created, they then have a coronation for them at the Disney parks a few months after their movie is released into theaters. And unfortunately, that happened. I think the last one was Merida. But then that didn't happen for Anna and Elsa, and then it also didn't happen for Moana. So that's our current status on that. Autumn Rain 64 says, why is Rapunzel's hair cut at the wedding and in Frozen? Do you think there will be an explanation? Yes. So I think what your question is in Tangled the series, Rapunzel's hair grows back because of these dark crystals that appear. So then, but the problem is that we know something that happens in the future, which is the Tangled Ever After short, where she has short hair again. So I think at some point before the channel or before the series ends, her hair is going to be cut. And I don't know how or why that will be, but I think at some point when she resolves her quest with those crystals, then her hair will return to normal, in preparation for her wedding with Eugene. The Riddler says, who is Fix-It Felix's parents? Well, we don't really know anything about his mother, but we do know that Fix-It Felix was the original fixer, and that individual had the golden hammer and passed it down to his son. So that's everything we really know about his parents so far, but unless there might be more information, but we'd have to dig a bit farther. Thank you for Meyer.m in the super chat. Donated 5 euros, I think it is. I don't know if it's euros or pounds. I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at foreign currency notation. They said the wand brought the villains back to life in the Descendants. To me, it's the most powerful. Are you excited for D3 coming next year? I can't wait. That's an excellent point. The wand does have that power, and it can time travel. So the wand is extremely good. And as for Descendants 3, I am super excited. I can't wait to see what'll happen, especially surrounding everything with Mal's father. Personally, that is one of the Disney franchises I cannot wait to experience in the coming future. Super excited for that. Christian West says, is there a merch pillow? Yeah, this is a merch pillow. You can get it at watsonstore.com. You can click on any of the designs that I have and choose a pillow. And so that's how I was able to get this. It's pretty cool. I am really happy I have something like this, and I'm able to create merch that I can show off to all of you guys. Master Riku, thank you for donating in the super chat. You're awesome. Says, do you think Lilo's family is descendants of Moana? Now, I think that's a really interesting idea, and I've considered exploring it before, but I don't necessarily think that this can be concluded. David does wear a hook, a necklace, which I think is really compelling and interesting, but I don't necessarily know if they're related. I have a video explaining how Lilo saves Stitch, and in that there are connections to Moana, which I think are really compelling. So if you'd like to hear those connections, you should definitely go search for that video after the stream. I really enjoy it, and I think that kind of explains the connection between those two. All right, back into the chat. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to click that like button. It definitely helps out promoting the stream and getting it out to people. So I'd love for you guys to smash that like button, or click it if you like. Going back down, seeing what people are saying. Vitani's backstory is suggested by Patrick Adams. I agree. I definitely want to do it. I haven't done a Lion King video in a long time, it has felt like. So eventually I will. It'll probably be Vitani's full story. Nerdy Fox 2006 says, do Cobra Bubbles backstory. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. And I think it'll be coming soon. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time because I've had a lot of questions about him, but I just have not found I've dived in enough to explain enough interesting information to create a whole video on him yet. But I would definitely like to. He's definitely coming. Master Riku thinks MIB for Cobra Bubbles. Oh yeah, it definitely could be. Casey Cousin says Felix's hammer and Wreck-It Ralph, it can heal anyone and fix anything. That is so true. I think you're referring back to the original question, was the most powerful item? Yeah, I can totally see how that would be a contender. I guess the only thing though is that it's just not able to like destroy things, so it probably couldn't be a weapon. But there are other things that can heal, but I think it's pretty interesting. Rachel the Seeker, thank you for donating in the super chat. Says Kion is a Pride Lands paladin. For those who know that RPG character type, prove me wrong. Okay. I'm not for sure what a paladin is. I've definitely heard it before, and I've played RPGs before, but I don't necessarily remember what a paladin is. I'm sorry, Rachel the Seeker. I'm letting you down. I don't know what the paladin is, but I know it's a warrior type. Kion is definitely a warrior. He's definitely standing strong. He's a tough dude. I like him a lot. I know some people don't. I know some people don't like the whole idea of this Disney Junior show coming around, but I think it's pretty interesting. I like watching some of the episodes. Can't do them all because it is, nevertheless, it is a show aimed at toddlers, so some of the episodes are a bit slower than others, but I like the exploration of the Lion King lore. Akatushi / the Lyttle Gaming, I'm sorry, I totally butchered that, says, please talk about the Lion Guard. I definitely want to. I've made a few videos about the Lion Guard, and I would like to fully explain what that organization is at some point. I feel like there's not, like, I've talked about it before and referenced it, but I haven't dived into like what it is and why it's not in the other Lion King films. I think it deserves an explanation, especially with more Lion King coming soon. Jacob Lawrence says, please do a backstory for Mufasa. I think that would be a really good one. Mufasa. Wait, did you say Mufasa or Mushu? Yeah, Mufasa. Yeah, Mufasa. Definitely gonna do Mufasa. I've got tons of stuff I want to do with the Lion King. Lion King is super compelling, and I love discussing it. Jasmine Robinson says, do Princess Jasmine's backstory. If you go onto Google or YouTube and search Jasmine's full story Watso videos, you'll actually be able to find one where I discuss that. So no worries, I got you covered. Raymond 5300 says, hey Isaac, I was wondering, have you ever seen The Lion King on Broadway? No, I haven't. It is definitely a Broadway performance I am really interested in seeing, and I hope I get the chance to see it. I've seen the Lion King live stage show at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom Park, but I've never got the chance to see the full Broadway show. I think it would be really interesting to see, and I've heard it's phenomenal, so hopefully I'll get to see it eventually. Derpy Dorky Dinosaur Studio says, who are Cusco's parents? I don't know. That's a really interesting one. I feel like that'd be something fun to research. Brandon Tapia says, who are Tinkerbell's parents? Man, like Tinkerbell actually doesn't have any parents. Tinkerbell is created by a child's laugh and then is formed using pixie dust, and then she is brought to life. So that's how Tinkerbell is created. So she doesn't necessarily have any parents. Picabo 3 says, hi, I love your videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Brenna Walker says, do Quasimodo's full story. True that. Quasimodo is a really interesting character, and there's been a lot of variations of his character throughout the ages since his original days. So I think that would be something fun to cover in the future. Astrial Gamer 24 says, hi Isaac, how are you? I'm doing pretty good, hanging out here, having a good time. But I think I'm going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. I think I'd love to see a few, probably one or two more questions before I wrap her up. Thank you so much, Xavier Thompson, for donating in the super chat. They suggested Backstory on Meg, and Did I See Wrinkle in Time? As for the backstory of Meg, that is one that I've been planning on doing for a while. I've seen requests for it and have definitely heard people. I am going to be making Meg's backstory. She's a really interesting individual and a really tough person, and is actually the combination of two really ancient individuals. So that'll be a fun video to make. And I have seen A Wrinkle in Time. I found it pretty interesting to see. It definitely isn't my favorite movie that has come out, but I really didn't have too high of expectations. If you're interested in a very interesting and visual story, then it's a pretty good one. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with Lyndon Hinkle's question, who is your favorite prince? All right, so if I had to choose, it's a difficult choice, but I've kind of determined that my favorite one is Prince Philip is probably my favorite. The reason is because he sticks by Aurora, and he loves her prior to knowing she's a prince, and he never looks down upon her, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to be with her. And I think those are great qualities, and I think it's pretty awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole_7 for donating in the super chat. They say, do a video on how Lion Guard is destroying Circle of Life by not letting predators feed, so prey will overpopulate, destroying vegetation. Ooh, goodness. That's a really serious allegation, but I totally know what you mean. They're really making sure that the pride lands are never damaged by either the crocodiles or the alligators. I'm not sure which one that is, or the hyenas. So I think that's an interesting point, and I'll probably be bringing it up when I discuss the Lion Guard in full. So if you would like to be notified next time I do a live stream like this, then make sure to click that notification button when you subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Watso Videos, because I always notify everyone when I come online. So this was the live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, click that like button and make sure to have a magical day. I've had a great time discussing Disney with you, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the next fan requested video. Thanks for watching and have a magical day.